Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome back here tonight to Talladega. We are racing the 15th race of the season. This is the championship race. There is a tight point spread between the guys. Looks like between first place and sixth place is about 20 points difference. So look forward to seeing these guys giving some what for and who, how, and a bunch of stuff, you know, bunch of stuff and a bunch of words. Anyways, guys are out there currently getting some warm-ups. Oh no, I take that back. They're out there qualifying right now. Looked like there was about 25 out there tonight, I think is what I saw originally. So we will be getting to that in a bit. These guys go out and qualify. You see Michael McCauley out there with that Sweet Tarts 81. Hope you've all enjoyed this season. It has been fun coming up here and trying to pretend like I know what I'm doing. As these guys go around, who else do we got out here? You got Randy Showers out there. And Brandon Showers out there in the Monster 23. What's going on, Scotty? Pretend announcer. Oh, man. Ivan, how you doing? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Andrew Wagner out there trying to get his qualifying laps in. All right, looks like currently there are 22 trucks registered for tonight. And there we go. Qualifying is done. Now we go on to the next bit. The right camera view here. All right, so let's go through the grid. So in first place, starting on the pole tonight, is going to be Randy Showers with Austin Wagner to his outside. Oop, hit the right button here, Brazen. Come on. Nick Hunt is going to be starting third place tonight with Brandon Showers to his outside in that number 23. Then you got Noah Wagner is going to be starting fifth place in the 84 with Burt Wilson to his outside in that number 70. You got Brad Patterson is going to be starting in 7th place tonight with John Wimbish in 8th place in that 56. Then you got Tommy Haynes is going to be starting 9th in that number 17 with Ronald Hall to his outside in 10th place in that number 88. And Mike McCauley is going to be starting 11th place tonight with Vern Bradley. Ooh, that's a dangerous line right there. Vern Bradley and Mike McCauley side by side. 11th and 12th. Then you got Steve Seegers in 13th spot in that number 16. And then you got Andrew Wagner is going to start to his outside in that 44. Chuck Sweeting is going to be starting 15th place tonight in the 75, with Ricky Fagone starting next to him. Teammates, side by side. Ricky's going to be 16th tonight in that number 10 truck. Then you got Roy Hyde in that 00, starting 17th tonight with Richard Holland to his outside. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Chuck and Ricky aren't teammates. Richard and Ricky are teammates. Anyways, Terry Kahn's going to be starting in 19th place in the 33, with Ivan Jones next to him in the 53, starting in 20th. TJ Lee is going to be starting 21st tonight in that 34 truck, with Gary Wright next to him in the 38. And that is everybody. 22 trucks starting tonight. 22 trucks starting tonight. And I kind of need to look now. I'm actually wondering if I'm kind of right. I don't remember. I don't think Chuck was. Maybe he is. Maybe he's not. He is not. Okay, I was wrong. Not the first time. Won't be the last time. So we were getting this race ready to go. We got Bert out there in the America truck. America. Starting in 6th place tonight. Looks like 84's got a face on his truck again tonight. 84 of Noah Wagner. That is correct. And we're going green. Randy getting a nice jump with Nick right behind him. That outside line didn't look like they were ready. Not exactly sure what was going on there, but that outside line did not look like they were ready. Which is putting this inside line going. It's only 3 of them, though. Uh-oh. Not sure what happened there. It looks like not sure what happened there. That is unfortunate for him, having to go into the pits though early. You got these guys locked up. You got the 4 of Austin Wagner, Brandon Showers right behind him, Burt Wilson right behind him, with Ronald Hall to his outside. You got 1, 2, 3 on the inside, 4 on the outside. You got Vern Bradley behind Ronald. Looking like he's not liking it behind Ronald there. He wants to get around. He's got the 28 behind him of Brad Patterson. Trying to push that outside line, trying to make something of it. Got Mike McCulley behind Brad. Vern popping out. Not sure if he's loose or if he's popping out to get some fresh air to cool his truck down. We know I saw Nick last night in the cars. Saw him blow his engine. getting really close to those guys on the inside. Mike McCulley taking outside lane. Going to start the third lane. Going to get him 3 wide. Michael dropping back down to the inside line. Or middle line, I mean. Sorry. Since these guys are somewhat settled down, let's see if we can kind of go through the line here. So you got Austin Wagner with Brandon Showers in second place. Burt Wilson behind him. Ronald Hall to the outside, currently running 4th place. Vern Bradley behind him is going to be in 5th place, with Nick Hunt to the inside, currently sitting 6th place. Brad Patterson is on the outside of him, currently in 7th, with Michael Wagner, or I'm sorry, Michael McCulley. Jeepers criminy. Come on, Brazen, read. Read the words that are in front of your face. Mike McCulley is in 8th place. Noah Wagner next to him on the inside, currently sitting in 9th place, with John Wimbish back there in that Red Oak 56 truck. Outside of him, you got Andrew Wagner. See them guys splitting off and getting that outside third line running. But anyways, back here you got John Wimbish in that 56 with Ricky Fagone. Where's Ricky? Oh, right behind him. Oh my gosh. I'm completely missing it. Well, you know what? I was looking at this one. 17 of Tommy Haynes sneaking up on me, getting up in that outside line. And I'm not sure if that's my screen that's that way or if he is running a blacked out or grayed out truck tonight. Looks like. Looks like Andrew falling back a little bit here, so he's now back behind Tommy Haynes. That outside line starts to form and then it falls apart, and the guys just kind of get left behind out there, hung out to dry, so they end up dropping back down to the inside line. Then you get back here, you got Rick Fagone. Terry Kahn has moved up in that 33. Ricky Fagone has actually moved back a little bit here. You got Steve Seegers behind him in that 16. Chuck Sweeting is going to be running behind him. Roy Hyde back here in 17th. Gary Wright will be behind him, currently running in 18th place. Richard Holland back here in 19th. Ivan Jones back here running in 20th. He's going to sneak to the outside of the guys and create his own line and then slide back in. Then behind him we got TJ Lee. You got Randy Showers back here planning to play catch up after he had to make that early pit stop. Not sure if that had something to do with the start and maybe he got a penalty of some kind. I'm not sure exactly how that all works out. But unfortunately, he's out here running all by himself. He is currently almost a lap down. The leaders are getting ready to catch him, actually. If we were to go to so here they come. Jump in with the 23 here. See Vern dropping way back there, slowing up that top line. We're going to make a push again on that outside. So you currently got Burt Wilson, Austin Wagner, and Vern Bradley. Those are the front of the three lines. Burt Wilson on the inside, Austin Wagner in the center, and Vern up top on the third line on the outside. Back down to TV2. See them all as they go by. Looks like that middle line dropped down into the second there. Brown getting in the back of Burt there a little bit. Broke him loose for a second. See the 33 of Terry Kahn moving to that outside. Jump up here with these guys right now. This is your battle for the front, inside and outside lines. Inside line, Austin Wagner, Brandon Showers, Andrew Wagner. Outside line is Vern Bradley, Mike McCulley, and Brad Patterson. Burt falling back just a little bit there. Keeping it pretty steady side by side. Looks like Nick and Terry. Nick and Terry going to try and push that outside line. They're slowly making a push on that outside. Gaining a little bit. Looks like they are now equal, or just about equal. Fall back a little bit here on this corner. See Tommy Haynes coming up the outside to be that third truck. That's what that outside line needs. It needs a third truck. Without that third truck, the two can kind of do it, but they wear the tires out faster, trying to keep up and catch up. You get three of them together, that helps that draft, makes it work a heck of a lot better. Oh, see Austin and Vern doing a little bit of door banging. I meant to say door dinging. Looks like Burt's getting hung out to dry in the center there. Trying to decide which line he wants to be a part of. Vern dropping down to the inside in front of Austin. And McCulley on the outside. We got teammates right now, 1 and 2. Oh, now Mike McCulley drops down in front of Vern. Let's jump up here a little bit. So you got Bert holding on to that second line. You got Terry and Ronald pushing that outside line still. Tommy Haynes dropped down into that inside middle line. We're currently 16 laps in. 16 laps out of 90. My understanding is that's probably about halfway on tires tonight. Tires and fuel. So let's sit here and focus on this for a little bit. Mike McCulley out in front. Vern trying to do everything he can to hold him up there. Bert's pushing back on Brad Patterson, trying to get him out front. Got Tommy Haynes coming in that bottom line, trying to close that gap a little bit, trying to help push maybe a little bit. Burton making a push with Ricky. Terry. Ronald. Trying to make that push on the outside. If he can get in front of McCulley, you'll see him more than likely. He'll drop down in front of McCulley. It seems to be the habit that we've been watching. Guy on the outside line gets in front of the inside line. He drops down in front of the inside line. Almost got there. Bert's almost got him in front. He did get recorded as leading. Got teammates Mike McCulley and Vern Bradley working in tandem there, trying to keep that outside line away. See the gap? They're starting to get in front of Tommy. Tommy's keeping up, but he's not getting too close. He's staying a little back, a little weary. Respecting the gap. Ronald Hall and Andrew Wagner on the outside. They're making that third line right now. Ron getting really close to Bert on those doors. Bert trying to do everything he can to get Brad up front. Ricky also, he's just kind of sitting back right now too. Oh, we got a caution. It sounds like... Oh, we got trucks everywhere. Go back into this. It looks like that's gonna mess some people up. We got right here, it looks like Bert blew his engine up. Sounds like, from what I'm hearing. He dropped back and you see you see him go back, he gets into Ricky, drops down. What's going on, Terry? How are you tonight? We just saw, unfortunately, it looked like a couple of them got caught up in that incident. No, for sure. Let's see. No, for sure Austin did. See what kind of damage they got. We see Ricky, he's missing the whole fender here. Alright, so let's get back out here. For the end of the session here, get caught up with everybody. Everybody's gone in for pits. Got several of them still sitting in there. Like Bert is in there, but he is probably not going to be coming back out. You got Randy Showers is, well, he's out right in front of McCulley right now. Rick Vagone is in. Austin Wagner is in. I'm not sure. It's looking like Bert, Austin, and Ricky might have called it a night after that. Or they might be getting fixed. I'm not sure. Let's go in and see. They are sitting. Well, we see his truck popping up a little bit, so maybe they are working on it. Maybe they are working on it. Austin got a little crunched up a little bit there. Doesn't look like a lot of damage. Not sure what all he got. Get back out here. Got McCulley racing the pace car right now. One caution to green. Let's see. Well, that was the first caution of the evening. We are on lap 24 of 90. Getting them lined back up here. So starting back off, we're going to have Mike McCulley with Brad Patterson is outside. Andrew Wagner in third. Noah Wagner in fourth. Ronald in fifth. Brandon Showers in sixth. Nick Hunt will be starting seventh. Tommy Haynes will be starting eighth. Vern Bradley is in ninth. with John Wimbish rounding off the top 10. And then going back even more, you got Chuck Sweeting in 11th. Steve Seegers was going to start 12th. Gary Wright in 13th. Ivan Jones 14th. Or Roy Highsardy 14th. Ivan Jones is 15th. Richard Holland 16th. TJ Lee is 17th. Terry Kahn will be starting 18th on this restart. Randy Showers is in 19th with Austin Wagner. Is he out or is he still in? He is. It looks like he is back out now. Austin is back out. He is in 20th. Rick Fagone is also back out. He's in 21st. Burt Wilson is parked. Doesn't look like he will make a return again tonight. Getting ready to go green. We got green flag again. And we're off. See Michael McCulley getting a good jump on the inside with Brad Patterson getting a good jump on the outside. We got Noah and Andrew running that outside, teaming up. Nick Hunt, Vern Bradley. Mike McCulley going to that outside. Looking for some help to get back out in front. See Nick Hunt squeezing in there. Mike McCulley going out there, running out front. Noah Wagner right behind him with Brad Patterson pushing that inside lane. Looks like Andrew had some connection issues, and he's now looks like Noah's having some connection issues. Andrew was on the outside, and then he kind of disappeared, and he's back there in 18th place right now. So second line trying to make push. You got an outside line trying to form. You got Vern Bradley out there with Terry Kahn. We're getting a little wild there. You guys going to drop back down into that second line. So with 29 laps in, we got Mike McCulley out front. Brad Patterson pushing that outside. He's getting second place right now. Noah Wagner, it will be third. Ronald Hall, it will be fourth. John Wimbish is currently holding on to fifth, with Tommy Haynes holding on to sixth. Steve Seegers on that inside is going to be holding on to seventh, but he's got a battle with Vern. Vern's on the outside and going with a third line. Brandon Showers behind him. Then you got Nick Hunt back here. He's kind of stuck by himself. We are 4 wide right now. That's not going to end well. Get back to that here in a second. Brandon ended up catching the wall on that one. Back here, you see these guys getting 4 wide. Ronald squeezing up, kind of making a pinch. Who we got moving up here? Now it was Brad Patterson getting shoved up. Unfortunately, he got sucked into that wall and it slowed him down and everybody kind of went by. Back out here to the front. And Vern going all over right there. Well, he's kind of stuck on the outside by himself. Oh, McCulley's going to go up with him. We're going to try and make something work with that outside line. Looks like Tommy Haynes and Noah are right now running away with it. John Wimbish behind them. Steve Seegers, Gary Wright. So right now you got Tommy Haynes, Noah Wagner, John Wimbish, Steve Seeger, Gary Wright, and Roy Hyde. That is 1 through 6. They're currently all in one line right now. So that 4 wide issue earlier kind of separated them out a little bit, spread them out. But you do have Brad Patterson, Mike McCulley, and Vern Bradley pushing again on that outside line. Trying to make that push. They're going to squeeze down. That is a tight squeeze right there. Got the outside lines, got four trucks back in it now. See how far out they can get in front. There you go, they get enough to get in front for Vern and Mike McCulley, get back out front together. Brad Patterson able to drop down. Terry Kahn and Andrew Wagner, it looks like, out there on that outside. Trying to make that outside line work again. Nick Hunt gonna pop up there. We got some trucks jostling around here. Tommy Haynes gonna jump out in front now. Take advantage of that jostling that happened. Ronald Hall going down. Not sure what's going on there. Ronald, there's a truck there, Ronald. There's still a truck there. Still a truck there, Ronald. See McCulley kind of falling back a little bit now. Vern holding on out front. You see they shuffled around quite a bit again already. Tommy Haynes was out front. Now Vern's back out front. See Brandon, after he was able to get off that wall, he's back up here. He's in second place now. You got Ronald going to drop out in front. I don't think Vern's exactly a happy fan about that. There's a truck there, Vern. Still a truck there, Vern. Unfortunately, that's going to put Brandon back in the wall again, and he's got some damage on that one. Vern and Brad dropping down in front of Ronald now. I don't know, the way some of these guys are jostling around, I'm not sure that these are spots that I want to be in. You got Vern and Brad out front. You got Terry Kahn behind them. John Wimbish finishing out the 4 in that line with, which Wagner is that? Noah Wagner. I know it's a Wagner, I just can't remember which one. You got Ronald Hall, Nick Hunt in the center with Tommy Haynes and Andrew Wagner on the outside. Michael trying to take advantage of that outside line, trying to catch back up, get up there by Vern again. Nick getting left all by himself in the center, which he's making it work for now. The way some of those are jostling out, I don't blame Nick for not pushing it too much. Saw Ronald Hall pop out there for a second before, right in front of him, so now he is out. I see Nick and Michael running that outside line, trying to get around Ronald. I'm going to go up and squeeze. I'm going to go up there, squeeze Nick. I'm just going to have Michael drop back down. He's going to leave Nick getting dropped back. Coming back up. You got Vern Bradley holding on to first, Brad Patterson in second, Terry Kahn third, John Wimbish currently running fourth, Ronald Hall right next to him, battling for fourth with Mike McCulley behind, trying to help push. They're making a push right now, getting up there. Brad Patterson kind of coming up and touching doors with Ronald. Tommy Haynes and Andrew Wagner also going to try and be a part of that outside line. Terry going on to the inside. Not sure if he is losing power or if he just lost grip or what exactly happened there. See Tommy and Andrew going on the outside. Like Cully's sitting back there trying to figure out which line he wants to run with. Tommy's going to drop down. We got some lap traffic. That's going to catch Andrew. Andrew's going to lose some spots because of that. McCulley's going to lose some spots because of that. Mike and Andrew running that outside line now, trying to make that work for them. The inside line is starting to run away with it now, though. Vern holding on in the front. Brad Patterson behind him. John Wimbish and Noah Wagner. That's 1 through 4 right now. See that outside line trying to make something work to try and catch back up to him. Outside line managed to catch back up just like that. They're caught back up. Tommy Haynes getting ready to go in front of Vern. Ronald having some issues there trying to hold on to his line, it looks like. Looks like Vern went to the outside and try and get his front spot back again. Currently 44, almost halfway. Once you cross this line again, we will be halfway. Vern gonna sneak back and get his front spot back again. Yeah. Tommy and Ronald side by side there. Really side by side. Like they're handing papers to each other. This front spot is rotating more than a... Never mind, I won't say it. Family friendly. Got Vern gonna go back out. Gonna try to get back in front of Ronald. Looks like he's gonna do it. So you have enough room to get anybody else behind him. Nope, but that outside line's got enough push that they're going to make it past, and they're going to both drop down in front. We now have a new leader. Andrew Wagner is now in the lead with Mike McCulley pushing him. Vern Bradley back there. Teammate Mike McCulley. Nick Hunt and Tommy Haynes on that outside. Mike McCulley and Vern going to the middle. Going to try and get around. Get back out front again. And just like that, they are now back out front again. All these rotations for first, it's hard to keep track on who's doing what and where. Brad Patterson Tommy Haynes and Nick Hunt on that outside, trying to make a push to get back out front. Got Ronald out there squeezing into places he doesn't fit. Luckily, the track's wide. If this was a narrower track, that would have been a caution. Vern trying to hold her straight, coming up behind there, McCulley. I'm having problems with words tonight. I don't know what is going on. I apologize, everybody. Mike McCulley jumping to that outside right in front of Andrew. Gonna drop back down to the inside. Vern going back to the outside. Not sure that was a move that he necessarily wanted to do, but he hopped outside and that door just closed. Now Michael's back out front with Andrew behind him. John Wimbish is in third. Noah Wagner in fourth. That outside line's trying to make a run to get back up front again. See them coming up on the outside. Tommy Haynes falling into that inside. The fifth place on the inside line. Vern battling back up to second place, but he's kind of got a gap behind him, so he's going to lose that momentum he had. Sorry, Gunn, I didn't see your comments. Yes, it is just me in the booth tonight. Yep. Wrong. Oh, no! Did he save it? I don't hear... Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh, he's right in the wall there. All right. I need to go here. Nope. This one ain't what I needed to do. All right, let's wind that back. See what happened here. Got Ronald on the outside. Looks like Terry kind of got in the back of him, broke him loose, pushed him into... pushed him into Vern. He's got some damage on the bottom of him. Riding that wall. Looks like pretty much everybody was pretty safe to get around him. So you see it right here. It looks like Terry gets into the back of him just a little bit. So you can get up there, get in the back of him, spin him into Vern, and then He checks up and Ronald's in the wall. We'll see everybody come in and get some go-go juice and some tires. We're on lap 52 of 90. Don't know if anybody stayed out. It looks like Randy stayed out. Randy's going to get the lucky dog this time around. He's been hoping for it. He's finally getting it. Exactly. I can't keep track of who's in first. But actually, with everything that's going on, this man right now is showing in first for me. This man right here. The multi-talented... He's probably streaming right now. He's got our stream up on his stream. It has been quite the show, sir. And that was on 33, by the way. It has been busy up front with you guys. You missed the pits? Oh. What do you mean you missed the pits? What'd you do? Just do a drive-through? You missed your pit stall? Oh. Well, it looks like either you weren't the only one, or other guys decided on a different pit strategy. Gotcha. Understandable, understandable. I was gonna look and check and see. All right, so as these guys line back up, you got Andrew Wagner first. Michael McCulley is outside in second. John Wimbish is going to be third, I'm sorry, with Noah Wagner to his outside. Then you got Nick Hunt is going to be in sixth with Vern Bradley on his outside in fifth. No, I'm sorry. Nick is in fifth. Vern is in sixth. Got him switched around on me. Tommy Haynes is going to be seventh with Steve Seegers in eighth. And then you've got Gary Wright in ninth with Chuck Sweeting to his outside in 10th. And that is the current lineup, 1 through 10. We'll get up front here to see how this restart's going to go. Looks like the pace car is down. And we're going green. They're gonna get going here. We got Andrew Wagner up front, John Wimbish in second, Nick Hunt is going to be third, and then you got the outside line, Mike McCulley with Tommy Haynes on the inside, and Noah Wagner all right there. That's 1 through 6. Vern's going to be 7th with, where'd he go? Chuck Sweeting right behind him. Steve Seegers is on the inside. Chuck has decided that he wants to be a part of this race up front. That's your battle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right there. Mike McCulley, Andrew Wagner, Noah Wagner, John Wimbish, Vern Bradley, and Nick Hunt. Got Brad Patterson and Chuck Sweeting, 7 and 8. Mike McCulley back out front. Andrew Wagner behind him. Got John Wimbish. You got Vern Bradley out top with Brad Patterson. Looks like that third outside line is not working right now for him. It's only 2 of them. Step back here. See those 2 running outside by themselves. Looks like Noah was having a little issue. He was dropping back there by himself, so he dropped back in the inside line. He's behind the 21 of Randy Showers. Was managed to get his sights back up here. Saw him take the pole earlier in the race, or the beginning of the race, and unfortunately, he had an incident that happened. Not sure exactly what happened, but it's nice to see him back up here in the group, trying to fight his way back up front. Vern and Brad pushing that outside line. They got Steve Seegers behind them, making that 3 in a row. Andrew knows what's coming, so he's getting up behind Michael and trying to push them out front, and he does not want them getting back in front right now. How are you doing, Joy? We try and maintain who's in first and what's on second and all that stuff. See that outside line trying to make a run again. If they can get Steve tucked in there, they can make a better push. See him get separated a little bit and they fall back. And then the inside line managed to push forward some more. So these guys battled it out. You got Mike McCulley in running first. You got Andrew Wagner is currently second. Vern Bradley's going to be third on the outside, but he's making a push again. Brad Patterson behind him, currently counting as fourth, with John Wimbish in fifth. Steve Seegers in sixth. Nick Hunt will be seventh. Then we get back here and we start going into single file line. So you got Chuck Sweden currently running eighth. Randy Showers ninth. Noah Wagner is in 10th. Richard Holland currently sitting back here in 11th place. Terry Kahn in 12th. Ivan Jones managed to make his way back up here. He's back up in the 13th place. Gary Wright is going to be running in 14th. Roy Hyde, he's back here in 15th. With TJ Lee in 16th. You got Tommy Haynes is going to be in 17th. With Rick Fagone in 18th. And Austin Wagner is 19th. So we had 22 trucks start. We've got 19 still running. Got Ronald Hall, looks like he is out. He might be getting repaired. I'm not sure. Brandon Showers is currently out. And Burt Wilson is out. Jumping back up front here. Doesn't look like a lot has changed. Kind of settling down. As soon as I think I have it figured out the change on me. Right. Although this group of three right here, they seem to be figuring it out. Not exactly sure what happened with the outside line, but they fell back quite a bit. Although, as I say that, now they're making a run again. So, there you go. And we got a caution. Not exactly sure where that's at. Let's see if we can find it. That's not it. That's not it. Oh, okay. We go 38 had possible disconnect. Not 100% sure what happened there, but see him just cut into the inside and just full speed into that inside wall. Out to the outside wall and then back to the inside. So like I say, not exactly sure what happened there. I see him kind of grayed out, so it's possible that he had a connection issue and just gone. So that's going to change some things up. See if all these guys come in again. Looks like they are going to all come in. Yep, everybody's coming in. I have not worked on my kerfuffle song yet. I'm sorry. I ended up having to work a little later tonight, so unfortunately I didn't have any free time once I got home. Got things set up and ate a little bit and then got in here. I was actually a little late tonight. So that's going to put that man right there. Andrew Wagner is going to be your first place truck on this next restart. We have 26 laps to go. We are just about done with season 15 for the trucks. Save for when Nation is here. All right, so on this restart, we're going to have Andrew Wagner will be first. Mike McCauley will start to his outside. Vern Bradley will be third with John Wimbish to his outside. Nick Hunt will be fifth and Brad Patterson to his outside and sixth. Steve Seegers will be seventh. Chuck Sweeting will start eighth. Randy Showers will start ninth with Noah Wagner starting in 10th place. And you got Tommy Haynes will start 11th. Roy Hyde in 12th. TJ Lee is going to start 13th with Richard Holland starting in 14th. 15th will be Ivan Jones. 16th will be Terry Kahn. 17th will be Rick Fagone. And 18th is Gary Wright, but we saw him disconnect. And then you got Austin Wagner, because he's a couple laps down. He is currently 19th place, but if he's able to gain some spots back, get some more laps, he will bump up to 18th place. What's going on, Mama Nikki? Welcome in. Hope you are having a good evening. Austin has been having a kind of a rough night tonight. He got caught up in an incident earlier. It damaged his truck pretty good. So he had a lot of repair, managed to get it back out. He must have had some more incidents and had to go back in and get it repaired again. So he's unfortunately down 3 laps, but he's still out there fighting. Like I say, he does a couple more laps, he'll get up in another spot. You got Andrew up here currently in first. Noah is currently running 10th. Noah's been in front. He's been towards the back. He's been in front. It's kind of an all for all right now. I mean, everybody's kind of rotating around. It is hard to keep track of who's all where. Because one moment they're in front, the next moment they're 5 places back. Then the 2 more laps later, they're back out front again. So it's just all over the place. So we'll see how this restart goes. Pace car will likely drop down this time around, I believe. There he goes. They will tighten up their lines and get ready for the restart. See them starting to squeeze up a little bit to each other. We got a green. Here we go. Andrew gonna jump out there a little bit, get out front. But that did not maintain long because this is draft racing in this track. So Pack able to catch right back up to him. Inside line's gonna make a push though. They're gonna keep him out front for right now. That outside line, they are making a run as well. And Mike McCauley battling on the outside with Andrew Wagner on the inside. Interesting situation there. Teammates Mike McCauley and Vern Bradley on opposite lines. Hold on to her, Vern. Vern's making Nick a little nervous. That's why Nick's kind of staying back a little bit. See that outside line starting to make a nice push. Almost had Mike at front enough to get in front of Andrew. You see Noah up there. Noah is now in that group. Currently running 8th place. Tommy Haynes is going to jump to the outside, and he's going to slide back into that second line. Thought about it for a moment about going to the outside line, and then decided against it. We go 2x2 right now. Side by side. Vern jumping up in front of Michael. Kind of a tight squeeze when he came up. I don't think Michael was quite ready for it. Vern's going to drop down to the first front spot, but that outside line is making a hell of a push. We keep this up, I think everybody in this race is going to lead a lap. See 3 of them out on the outside. You see TJ Lee trying to become a part of the outside line. Haven't talked much about him tonight. See them guys making a push run on the outside. Tommy Haynes, Terry Kahn, and TJ Lee on that outside line. You got Mike McCulley, John Wimbish, and who's behind Wimbish? We got, Brad Patterson behind Wimbish. TJ Lee going to drop down to that second inside line. Middle line. Going to switch some things up a little bit. That's going to put TJ in 7th spot right now. Now you got Mike McCulley and Vern Bradley run side by side. We got 20 laps to go. Ooh, Brad squeezing up to the top side. That was a tight squeeze. Another tight squeeze going on there. See if that outside line. Oh, Tommy Haynes going to drop down into the middle line. It's going to make that outside line drop back some more again. So currently, as it sits right now, you got Vern Bradley in first, Andrew Wagner second, Mike McCulley third, Brad Patterson fourth, Terry Kahn fifth. Andrew Wagner is mixing in there. He's up to fourth now. So you got Brad Patterson, Vern Bradley, Mike McCulley. Those are the leaders of each of these lines. Andrew Wagner, Wimbish, and Kahn are going to be the next group. Outside line kind of falling apart. Looks like Terry Kahn's the only one left out there, running all alone. All alone, nobody to help him. But Brad Patterson was able to get in front of Michael McCulley, so that's going to put him out there challenging Vern for the front. Go ahead and put up the top. I haven't put this up all night. B&B hasn't been in here to ask for this. So we'll put it up. We have 16 laps to go. There is your top 10 on the screen. It is constantly changing. I should have been doing this earlier because it is constantly changing. So Tommy Haynes and Terry Kahn trying to make that outside lane work still. See Ivan back there trying to come up. Trying to move on up. Vern and Brad battling for first place. 14 laps to go. 14 in the lead. Brad Patterson on the outside. Vern Bradley on the inside. Andrew Wagner behind Vern. Mike McCulley on the outside. See Austin's name in the chat. Throwing me off for a second. You know when you look at something and your mind holds on to it and you're not paying attention to it, but your mind says it anyways. You got Ricky staying to the upside, letting everybody go by. Did I say upside? I meant to the top side. So chat, everything's been running pretty steady here. We get to the last lap, how many cars are going to be, or how many trucks are going to be sideways? How many trucks are going to cross the finish line straight? See Brad battling on that outside with Mike McCulley behind him. We've been holding this for a couple laps now. You have Vern Bradley holding that inside with Andrew behind him. Nick Hunt behind him and Steve Seegers behind him. the 4 on the inside line. You got Vern Bradley, Andrew Wagner, Nick Hunt, Steve Seegers. The outside line, you got Brad Patterson, Mike McCulley, John Wimbish, and TJ Lee. Terry Kahn's going to go to that outside line. He's going to have Tommy Haynes behind him again. They're going to try. They really want that outside line to work. And they got Ivan back there with them. They now have 3. They can make it work now. See how much difference a third truck makes. Now they're up there battling. Like they might have lost that third pusher. Not sure. Oh, nope. No, they didn't. He's just got a little bit of a gap in him. Yep. We were just going to get to that. So we just hit 10 laps. 10 laps to go. So if you want to vote for your driver of the night, driver of the day, designated driver, whatever you want to vote for your driver of the day. Let us know who you want to be in the booth, being interviewed for driver of the day. Burn getting a little wide there. You gotta be careful. He slides to that He slides to that outside line there, and he's gonna have some issues. See John Wimbish breaking out in front of Tommy Haynes. Saw Tommy getting a nice run. He wanted to be a part of it. Not sure if that's gonna help or hurt him though. Nala wants Andrew. All right. We got 1 vote for Andrew. That'd be that 44 truck that we're looking at right now. Mama Nikki's voting for Andrew. That's 2 votes for Andrew. I know my vote doesn't count, but if I were to count one, I would say probably 21. He started on the pole, had an issue in the beginning, was a lap down. He's battled his way back up. Currently running 10th place. He ended up getting caught in an incident which cost him getting the lucky dog, so he had to sit back. Even my top 10 is confused. Exactly. It's difficult. It's difficult. Because I mean, you look at. So we've got 6 laps to go. If we go to the chopper view. Actually, let's go to the blimp. You go to the blimp. That is 1 through like 15 right there. Actually, that might be 1 through like 16, 17. That's 17. 1 through 17 is all right there. Actually, 1 through 16 because Austin is in that group. I'm not sure where the other guys are at. Oh, we got Ricky Fagone. He's still battling her. He had some issues earlier. He'd probably be my second vote for driver of the day because even though he's some laps down, he's still out there giving her hell. Running all by himself, but still giving her hell. Like a mad pack of bees, they're catching Ricky right now. Maybe they're not catching him. Is he out further than I thought he was? You got Ricky. You got the pack. Ricky. And the pack. They're getting closer. In the pack. Get down in here and see who's up front. So you got Brad Patterson currently in the lead right now. You see Ricky dropping down to the inside, getting out of everybody's way. So you got Brad Patterson, Vern Bradley, Mike McCulley, Andrew Wagner, Roy Hyde. That is your top 5. Currently, that could change at any moment. Violet votes for Andrew. Terry's voting for Andrew. Oh, Michael! Michael! Not sure if Vern was checking up or if Michael got in the back of him, but... Looks like, Vern dropping down, and Michael just kind of gets into the back of him there. That was pretty smooth there by Chuck. Managed to squeeze through there without touching. It might have tagged him just a little bit, but so that's gonna switch some things up now. That's gonna switch some things up. Yeah, Brad Patterson is currently going to be in front. Mike McCulley's going to go in, serve a penalty. As it stands right now, yeah, Brad Patterson is going to be the first place. Andrew Wagner is going to start to his outside. Roy Hyde will be in third place with Nick Hunt to his outside. Ivan Jones will be fifth. Steve Seegers will be to his outside in sixth. Randy Showers will be seventh with Noah Wagner to his outside in eighth. And Richard Holland in ninth with TJ Lee in 10th. Just make sure. Okay, we are live. We're just waiting for everybody to get lined up. We're going to have 3 laps, so it's going to be red-green checker. That right there is telling me that Andrew is trying to save some fuel. Grandpa Mike votes for Noah. For those of you that are watching, if you are still here, which I hope you are, we've only got 3 laps to go. But if you could hit that like button, hit the share this with your friends, let them know about us. Let them know that we're out there. Say, hey, I know some people that race here. They have a shitty announcer that you got to wait for, or not, you know. You got to get past, but the racing's good. Now I just blew it, David. I swore. I should have hit the button. All right, let's get in TV view. Pace car will drop around. They go around one more curve. Pace car will drop down, and we will fire this race off again. And we wait for the fireworks to happen. Also a reminder, it is Independence Day on Friday. If you are going to be celebrating any festivities, make sure to be safe. We want you to come back here next season with the same amount of fingers that you have that you came into this season. Be safe. Be careful of fires. Don't start any brush fires. A lot of brush fires start from fireworks. Used to be on the fire department. I know. And we're gonna go. Here we go. This is it for all the marbles. You're still alive, Vern? Looks like Andrew spun his tires trying to take off there a little bit. But he didn't lose too much momentum. He looks like he's going to hold on to that outside. The other guys behind him had to check up a little bit. Brad Patterson got a nice jump, though, with Roy pushing behind him and Ivan behind him. Barely. You and Michael had a good run. You had a good run. All right, Roy making a good push with Brad, but Nick's making a good push on the outside with Andrew. We got Michael making a push on that outside there. He's trying to be a part of something. He's going to need a third truck up there to help, though, if he wants to do that. It is possible. We've seen it. We got one lap to go. It is going to be a tight one. Uh-oh. We got some door danging. There you go. There you have it. Brad Patterson is going to be your winner. All right. Well, let's see. Let's get the final results in there. There's the top 10. There's 11 through 20. It was fun working with Andrew tonight. Well, let's see. Let's see here. Let's see. Let's see. Is he going to be ready? Let's see if I can do this. There we go. Mr. Brad Patterson, do you have a copy?
What's up, Raisin? How we doing, sir?
I'm doing all right, sir. How are you doing?
Well, I'm dodging the luck of the teammates, it looks like. One blew up behind me, one wrecked out next to me.
Well, you led 13 of those 90 laps tonight. It was quite the roundabout up there.
It was controlled chaos, I'd say. The truck was really good handling, and you can even keep it 3 wide, and everybody did a really good job of not really pinballing, so it was fun.
Yeah, it was interesting to try and keep up with who was actually leading with, because like I say, it was just a rotational. You guys would go from like 10th to 1st in a matter of like 2 laps, and it was just a constant rotation. And sometimes that outside line would make a nice push and get in front, and then the middle line would make a push and they'd get in front, and then the inside line would push and block you guys from switching around. It was just a constant shuffle, and it made for a very fun and entertaining race. I mean, was there any pit strategies in all of this? I mean, obviously the cautions kind of throw some of that to the wind, but do you have any strategies involved in trying to maintain the front?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much, my strategy at least was just try to be up front, and then Bert decided to blow up his motor, so then my strategy became don't blow your motor, and then it was just survive for a little bit there, and just kind of keep it up front, but still not get yourself in too much trouble, and then have a little fun with it. I mean, it's the last race of the season. These guys put on a great show. These competitors out here, week in, week out, they do awesome.
All right. Well, it was a great season, and congratulations on P1 tonight. And is there anybody you'd like to thank for your first place tonight?
Well, I guess, got to thank Roy. Obviously, Roy was tremendous help there on those last couple laps. All the teammates were kind of in the back or in the garage at that point. So if I didn't get that push from him and he stayed connected to me, I definitely wouldn't be up here. And then everybody else for just racing clean, really. I mean, there's quite a few times that people could have put some fenders and rubbed a little bit dirty and whatnot. Then, of course, you for broadcast, and Collie and Vern putting on this great league, gives us some place to hang our heads and play every week, if you will. So, and all the competitors, and obviously, congratulations to the champion there tonight.
And I'm not 100% sure if we know who that was yet. Looking, I know Vern said he was going to update the points. I just don't know if he's managed it yet. But so
He is Richard, is what we're thinking.
I think it's Richard.
Yeah, because Wagner had issues early.
Gotcha.
Unofficially.
Unofficially, we think it's Richard. Well, Brad, congratulations on P1 tonight. You guys were looking like you were going to all three be up there for a little bit. I mean, you all had a good run, and unfortunately, Michael got in the back of Vern, and that was kind of curtains for Vern, but looked like Michael was trying to make a push to the outside and try and catch back up there on the last lap, but just that outside line just didn't have it. But you maintained the inside and got first place, so congratulations on that. It was a great season, and we look forward to seeing you up in the booth next season.
Sounds good. Appreciate it.
You have yourself a good night, sir.
You do the same, and happy 4th of July to everybody.
Thank you very much. You too. All right, so it looks like the chat is saying that Andrew will not be able to do the interview. So Andrew was the driver of the day and P2. Richard is a champion by 10 over Chuck. Okay. So I've got the unofficial official for Mr. McCulley. It says Richard is the champion of the entire thing. But before we get to that, we've got a third place finisher so we don't have Andrew. He was driver of the day. He's second place finisher. So we will go to third place, which is going to be that man right there, Mr. Roy Hyde. Let me see if I can get him pulled up here. Roy Hyde, do you have a copy, sir?
Yes, sir, I certainly do.
How you doing, sir?
I'm not doing too horrible, actually. That was pretty exciting the last couple laps there.
It was pretty exciting with most of the race, trying to figure out who was staying in front because nobody stayed in front.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was a fuel mile. I was paying attention to fuel mileage because it was going to be really close. So I don't know if anybody was talking about that between teams and stuff and rotating out, or if it was just shuffling as Talladega normally does. But I stuck in the back on the bottom line, just staying safe and saving gas as much as I could.
Well, and it managed to maintain you enough to get up there and get third. I mean, there's a lot, like I said, there's a lot of battling going on up there. A lot of rotational. I think just about everybody led a lap at some point or close to it. We had a couple incidents. I'm not sure if you got tangled up in any of them, but started 22 tonight, and I think we finished with 19, and you ended up in third.
Yes, sir, I did. Yeah, it was the conveyor belt going outside. gets to the lead and then drops down and then goes backwards. It's just the Talladega conveyor belt, it seems like. But yeah, it was quite interesting, especially at that last restart. And I didn't have any comms with Brad or anything like that. But it's like unless something stupid happens, I'm just going to push him, and that way I'm not going to cause anything, and hopefully we can have a good, exciting finish to the thing rather than a ball of flames.
Well, we saw Bert blow his engine earlier on when you were pushing there at the end. Did you have any issues with that, or?
It started warming up on the white flags whenever I saw it. The gauges turned yellow and then they started flashing red on the backstretch. And I was like, he's going to win this or I'm going to blow up trying to push him to it. So whatever happens, it happens. I'm on the bottom. If I need to pull off, I'll pull off. But I was like, let's just see what she'll take. And it's a Chevy, so it held out.
A little zing in there for everybody else.
Of course.
That's why doesn't Bert run Ford?
I'm not 100% sure at what he runs.
I'm gonna have to look into that.
But yeah, it was an exciting race. I mean, we had incidents, and I don't think any of them were too egregious and similar stuff. I think the last one, not sure what happened on the last one. Gary was involved or something. I just saw it on my track map. But no, it was all in all. I think guys had a lot of room. It was a good ending to a season. I think there wasn't a lot of chaos or anything like that, controversy. So I think it was a pretty
very entertaining.
solid end. Yeah, and I've gotten actually some text messages and stuff from guys watching it saying how good the broadcast was. So you guys are doing hella good job up there.
Well, I'm trying. I try and do what I can.
Well, you guys have gotten a lot of compliments lately, so do not take it. That's a good thing. I promise you. They watch a lot of these, and yes, sir.
Means a lot for me. It means a lot for the league. Love having all the people here coming in and watching this. Even after the races, it sounds like there's a lot of people that come back and check it out, and we see that in the algorithms and the all the analytics and stuff. So it's good to see.
Oh yeah, I got a couple people that I work with. They walk up and fist bump me or whatnot after a good run or something like that. Everybody, a lot of guys at work ask about it, and I know a couple of them actually watch it, so that's pretty cool.
That's awesome. Well, on that note, is there anybody you'd like to thank for tonight?
I always shout out to the wife because she lets me do this stuff and takes care of everything around me whenever I need something while I'm doing this. Isaac, Ava, I know you guys are watching. Jeremy, I know you guys are all watching it, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was a good one. And the admin team here, you guys are putting on a really good show here, and you guys are broadcasting it really well. And the admins are doing a good job with sanctioning all the races and making sure everybody stays in line and everything works out the way it should, and making the calls that need to be made. So shout out to those guys too.
Absolutely, and shout out to you and all the other drivers. I mean, season 15 in the books tonight, wrapping it up. We will talk with the points winner here in a moment, but I mean, I don't know how many races you guys did caution free, and it just speaks to the level of the driver that you guys all are. I've heard many other people say that they're in other races and other leagues, and it just they never see that few cautions. And so it just speaks to the level that you guys are, the respect you have for each other, not to wreck each other out just because, or you want the spot or whatever. And it makes for a great races, great entertainment. And I got nothing else on that. That's kind of the period on the sentence, the cherry on the topping. So it's you've had some ups and downs this season. You're finishing somewhat a high point on third place here. I'm sure you would love to be first place, but I mean, you can't complain about third in this league.
Oh, definitely not. The caliber of drivers we got up here, and I mean, super speedways are a crapshoot half the time, but you got to be there to actually get anywhere at the end of it. So it takes some skill to do these, but yeah, it's the level of drivers that these guys have gotten. Everybody understands what's going on and anticipates what people are going to be doing, and it's like you said, it's a respect thing, and there's a lot of that in this league. So really grateful for being a part of it, honestly.
And Bert was driving a Ford, just little.
That solves that problem. I mean,
now we know.
Exactly.
Well, anyways, congratulations on P3 tonight. Look forward to seeing you next season up here in the booth. Have a
Yes,
safe
hopefully.
and happy 4th of July Independence Day, and yeah, we'll see you. We'll see you next season.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.
All right, moving on. One more interview to go for season 15, and it all comes down to interviewing this man right here, season 15 points winner, Mr. Richard Holland. Do you have a copy?
Hey, Brazy. I got you, man.
How are you, sir?
I'm a lot better now that race is over. I can tell you that was, man, these races finishing at Talladega is crazy. You know, either restrictor plate race really, but yeah, I don't know. I know Austin had trouble early, which sucked for him. I didn't want to see anybody, go out like that. He had a great season and deserved to. I think he had 2 wins as well this season. So he in this truck, so he deserved the chance to race for the championship. So that sucked for him. But once he kind of went out, I just kind of was watching Chuck and seeing what he was doing, and if Chuck was riding in the back, I was like, well, I'm not going up there and chancing anything if he's in the back. And then one time he made a run, I was like, uh-oh. So I was just kind of feeling it out and just doing what I had to do. I just didn't want to get caught up in anything. That's all. I mean, if you had that guarantee that nothing would happen, then great. It would have been fun to race. But I just had to try to take care of it and try to get through it clean. And we were fortunate enough to do that. So
Absolutely, and I mean, it's been a hell of a season. It's been a tough season for a lot of you guys. It hasn't been an easy season to get points. It's been quite the rotation. It's been a rotation of winners as it's been a rotation of leaders tonight.
yeah, I mean, yeah, all season really. I mean, you got, I've said it before, when you got, a league with the likes of Keaton, Tripp, and Austin, Wagner, Chuck. I mean, the list goes on and on. I mean, there's guys that are fast and run really well and win races, and but when you have fast guys like that, then multiple winners, and it is tough. It's tough to get points. It's tough to gain points if you get behind, sometimes.
Mhm.
But we pretty much had the tale of 2 different stories when it come to the seasons in the car and the truck. The car, we had an absolute historic, terrible start to the season, which says a lot for me because usually the first 3 or 4 races of the season are not good for me for whatever reason. But in that car, I just couldn't finish a race. And so we fell way, way back and had to battle ourselves just to get into the top 12 in points
Yeah.
to make the chase. And then I've had nothing but computer problems. We got my computer messed up. I think it was at Bristol, took us out of that race.
Mm-hmm.
So that really hurt, obviously, but in the truck, we were able to have very good races, good runs, excellent finishes. I think I had like 5 or 6 or 7 second place finishes. And just very consistent, very good runs, and very fortunate to have a lot of good luck in this truck this season. It was a good year for us.
Absolutely, and like you said, it speaks to the caliber of drivers, the races that we run, the limited cautions that we have, and you don't see anybody like wrecking anybody on purpose, or you don't see anybody trying to get revenge because of an earlier incident and stuff like that. I mean, you don't see any of that, so it's nice to have a nice clean race for you guys to enjoy. You guys put on a great race and you respect each other. There are incidences sometimes, but there are going to be. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just human nature. So, but for the general most part, I mean, you guys do an awesome job, and it's been great to announce for it this season. And I look forward to next season and what all we can do, and the possible change to the ARCA car on the car side of things.
Yeah, yeah, that'll
That's
be
going to be
interesting.
interesting.
I don't know anything about that car. I haven't even bought it yet. I like the Xfinity car. Our season didn't show that, but I I like that car. I mean, it's a challenge to drive, and
hmm
I don't know. I mean, it is what it is, I guess. We'll see what happens.
Yep.
We used to run the old ARCA car, and that was actually one of my favorite cars to race. I
See,
used to
I've
really,
heard
really
a
like
lot
that
of
car.
people say the exact opposite of that.
I liked that car. I don't know why. Everything about it. I don't know. I really, really liked that car, but but yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. It'll be new. It'll be interesting. Gonna have to learn a lot about that car and what it needs, and
As it
how
stands
to
right
drive
now,
it.
from the little limited experience that I've had on it, it's fairly durable.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah, I've heard it's durable. You can kind of lean on it, beat on it. It's fairly tight setups, I guess, from what I understand. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Like I say, it'll be interesting if that's what they choose to do, and it'll be new. And we'll have to, like I said, we'll have to learn it for sure.
Yeah. Yep. Well, as far as the trucks goes, you took the points. So congratulations on that.
I appreciate it, man.
Another great season in the books. And I mean, is there anybody you'd like to thank for your season win?
Yeah, I want to thank my old lady for letting me get on here and doing this as much as I need to, and as much as I have over the years. I mean, it just she allows me to put the time into this thing, and so thanks to her. And I want to thank you for doing this broadcast and stepping up. And I'm sure it wasn't something you were thinking you were going to be doing at the beginning of the season or whatever. And so there's so many people that love to watch it live and love to go back and watch it. And you stepping up and doing that, Brazy, I think means a lot to a lot of people. And there may not have been a broadcast a lot of nights if it wasn't for you doing that. So I know a lot of people appreciate it. So thank you for doing that. Thanks to Vern and Hal and McCully for doing all the behind the scenes shit. I've said it a million times in this room, and it's a thankless job. It really is. Running the league, doing all the points, dealing with everyone's bullshit and stuff. It's a lot sometimes, and we got to thank them guys for doing that, because it's a free league. It's a free place for everyone to race. It's a fun place. And we wouldn't have it if it wasn't for them, doing that and putting up with all that shit and doing it. So, I want to thank Hal for having us on this team and bringing us on board here and putting up with us and keeping us around. And I want to thank my teammates Ricky and TJ's run with us a lot. And I got to thank TJ and Ivan even tonight, because they helped me just ride around in the back, kind of like a security blanket, just being there in case I needed them or if anything happened. And so I got to thank them a lot. And yeah, just want to thank all the drivers. It was a great season. Everybody was a lot of fun to race with. I thank the fans, everybody that came and watched all the races and liked the broadcasts, gave us support. Eighmy Nation, we know you guys are still out there and watching. We appreciate you. Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it.
Well, congratulations, Richard, on season 15 win in the Truck Series, and we look forward to next season.
Yep, absolutely. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Congratulations. Have yourself a good night and a safe and happy 4th of July.
You too, Brazy. Thanks.
All right, everybody. With that, we draw season 15 to a close. There will be some off-season shenaniganery. We're going to have some off-season races. There will be a race next week. I'm not sure if it'll be broadcast or not. I have to talk to the guys to find out. And as that goes on, I'm going to draw this to a close this up, wrap it up. babbling on here. Anyways, on behalf of WFO Racing League and all of the racers here tonight and all of you out in the stands, I want to thank you all for being here. I want to thank you for hanging out. Without you all, there is no us. So, thank you all for what you guys do to make this league what it is. Special thanks and shout out to the man behind the scenes, WFO, Hal Eimy. Because without him, this league wouldn't be here. You got Mr. Vern Bradley and Mike McCauley, who also do a lot in the background to keep this league running. And I want to thank all of you again who will come in and week out to watch these shows, to watch these races. Come in and chat, come in and talk, come in and watch, come in and lurk. Whatever you do, wherever you do it, we thank you, and we hope to see you again soon. So, I'm going to stop blabbing on here and just wrap this up. Have yourselves a happy and safe 4th of July, Independence Day. Go out and celebrate. Be safe. Come back here next season with the same amount of fingers you left here with. We'll see you then. And until next season, later on, everybody.